Get me the Giannini file, please.
Right away, sir.
Thanks, that'll be all.
Yes, sir.
Quiet, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Luciano.
I hope you don't mind if we speak English.
Le Carafritis, where you were born.
Is your passport Italian or American?
What were you doing in Cuba? Why do they call you like
Piano, wait. What's all the hurry, Mike?
Is it true you control all the gambling houses in Cuba?
Come on, let's sit down. We got a nice table over there, and we got refreshments. Huh? Be more comfortable.
Mr. Luciano. Mr. Luciano, did you know your name was mentioned recently at the United Nations during a hearing on drug traffic?
You want to know about drugs? Don't ask me, ask the Narcotics Bureau. Henry Asslinger.
Anslinger. Henry Anslinger. He's liable not to like your interpretation.
Asslinger. A square-headed, low Protestant police dog. If a racketeer gets mowed down, it was done by Luciano. If Her Highness, the Queen of England, betrays her husband, the fault is Luciano. You go to a party, the narcs think you're going out to sell drugs, to make a fortune, come si dice in Italian, stupefacere. And they point to Luciano.
But when it comes to narcotics, who else can they point to?
The drug peddler.
Yes, the drug scandal has been on the Voice of America newscast in Italy. And how about the talk in Congress and the Senate inquiry?
You want to know about politics? In America, now, if you want to elect a candidate, and Dewey's the man that everyone is going to vote for, all of the Democrats go to town with the old story that if it weren't for Dewey, I'd still be in jail today.
Weren't you paroled for special services to the armed forces? Is it true that they parachuted you in Sicily to help plan the invasion?
I'm not a general, and I never liked airplanes. I like to go to Sicily, but only by boat. Only to Palermo, where I got a factory for making sweets.
With a special feeling inside.
You like confetti. And in Palermo, you got sun. You're back in nature.
And the black market. As of your return, Sicily has become the central agency for contraband cigarettes.
Yeah, well, these are called sigarette de monopolio, Italian cigarettes. And I think I'm the only one in the city that actually smokes them. Oh, what do you smoke, huh? What do you want to accuse me for? If someone came up with an inch of proof, I'd go straight to jail in short order. Why don't they ask for my extradition to the United States and America? If they wanted to put me on trial, I'd go back like this. So long as they give me a chance to defend myself.
You got nostalgia? But you were born in Italy. Your parents were Italian. Why go back to America?
I grew up in America when I was a kid. 30 years in America. That's a lot. It was just my luck that I was jailed, only because of the falsified testimonial whores that were out to frame me. You're not going to buck a jury that's against you. But here in Italy, here you get screwed, but I mean royally. Here you don't got a jury at all. By the time you go on trial, you've grown old.
But you were sentenced for other crimes.
Yeah, I goofed. Because I went past the red light while I was delivering whiskey.
Ah, during Prohibition.
Prohibition was the sole invention of intriguing Mr. Asslingers. I was against Prohibition. Anyway, the teetotalers were 1 in a million. The governors were all with us. The people wanted to drink.
You are performing a function useful to society, huh?
Yeah, I've been very useful to the society. And that's why we all gave our support to Delano Roosevelt. He knew that a lot of bum laws had to be changed, had to be overhauled. And because of that, a lot of us decided to give him our vote.
You like to play politics in America, but not in Italy. Why is that?
Because here we're in a poor country. When you're in politics, you gotta be financed. You gotta have dollars.
Yes, but that is no problem for you, Mr. Luciano.
Only with the plant I own in Palermo, I must have lost about 30,000.
How do you manage to live then? You spend a lot of money. At the racetrack alone, you place enormous bets.
I already went through this with the Department of Finance here. Fortunately, I received help from my friends in New York. In the car I got. It was given to me by my friends in New York. I am not a rich man.
What about all the bodyguards that surround you wherever you go? Who pays for all these?
What bodyguards? Who needs them? The police never leave me for a minute.
You're always moving around from Rome to Naples to Milan. They even gave him a passport.
You went out of the country,
No, wait,
too.
hold it. Let's get one thing straight. I'm a free man. I was pardoned in America. But if you're worried, you might like to know that wherever I go, I got the Interpol that's looking after my security.
That means for you then, somebody like Lucky Luciano in America can go around where he pleases to.
Personally, I don't see why he shouldn't. I gotta go back to the States. I already bought my own chapel in the heart of the cemetery of Brooklyn.
Well, welcome to Genoa, Contessa.
Come on, Charlie, you fucking idiot. Come on.
Come on in, sit down. We'll have a talk.
Where the fuck am I gonna sit here? You know, the trouble with you is you're a stupid cop. You should be like me. I can travel anywhere in the world. I've got money. Here, look at the ring. You know what you can do with that? Wow. To lamenting culo. I know where I like to shove it, huh? You see this? That's a real countess. I bet you never fucked a real countess. Countesses, you're a dime a dozen. A me non mi piace le puttane.
Puttana? You called me a puttana? You stupid bastards! Half-witted whop! Jeden złodziej, a drugi rzeźmieszek! You two talk like a slobs! And take your hat off, gentlemen! And you know something?
What?
Fuck yourself!
She's just like my sister, no? Where the hell did you find that bitch?
Well, she may be a bitch, but she's a great fucker.
You know something, Charlie? I like you. You and I, we ought to go into business, huh? I get you started, and then afterwards, I promise you, you'll be thankful. Yes, well, why not like you? In prison or in a gutter full of holes?
No. That doesn't happen to me.
Of course not, because we're protecting you. But you better watch your step. We know you're pushing up white stuff. You're a big connection. We also know who you've been talking to.
Sure? Sure, you know I'm talking to. Where else would I get the information? Salute there.
In the meantime, you're working your own deals, and what do you give us? Crumbs.
It's better than nothing, no?
Listen, I've heard enough of your crap about the Turks and the Arabs. We know all about that. But when I want to talk to you about Lucky Luciano, what do? You choke up.
What do you mean choke up? Who the fuck chokes up? I didn't choke up. Who's the one that told you he got $50,000 in Naples? Me.
$4,000 fine, for Christ's sake. And the guy walks out of the courtroom laughing. Big deal.
So fuck the big deal shit. Look, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me operate my own way in Italy and France, and I promise you I'll come up with something big, huh?
I'll let you listen to me, you hear? I know you're pushing penicillin. I don't give a damn, the Italians don't care. But you're messing around with counterfeit money.
And it's going to screw up the Italian tourist business, you hear?
Yeah, I hear.
And one final thing.
What?
You know goddamn well what I want from you.
What?
Lucky Luciano.
Okay.
He just came in.
Tell me where I can find Luciano.
Yes. He's there. There he is. There he is.
Johnny! Eh?
Luciano, hey, Jay, this is Mr. Giannini.
Hello.
You want to rest up a little?
No.
You go for a ride, huh?
We go. No momento. Portate the valigia in the camera mia.
That's it.
You don't know I can speak Italian, eh?
I'm going to take you to see the roads at Pompeii. Come on.
God, this is a dirty city, you know. We ought to organize the garbage men here like we did in New York. You remember that Tony Stroller?
Over 40 years ago, you were born somewhere in here.
This place stinks, Lucky. You know what you should do? I don't know how you live here. You should come with me. We could go to Paris or the Riviera. Hey, I talked to our friends in Marseille. What about the penicillin deal? Yes or no?
Hey, honey! Come on, have a look at that. Hey, look at this.
It looks like me, huh?
Yes, it was showing the way to go into the brutal house.
No, her house.
I want to say,
Always.
yes, it is the short way to go. Come to this side. Yes, here we are. Will you come in, please? I am waiting for you. See, it is, now we are into the whole house. The oldest loving house. These people was very intelligent because when come here and didn't know the language, without talking, looking at the frescoes, went in the room which he was. The first one, for example, is showing the candle style, the woman on the man. The second one is a Spanish procession.
What is Spanish?
The shoulder on the man, see? On the top, yes, the shoulder.
The legs of the woman are on the shoulder, idiot.